Hello, everyone. It's Dan McTeague, President, Canadians for Affordable Energy. And of course, we are in the middle part of summer. A lot of topics to discuss, which I want to mention here over several pieces. But the one that keeps coming to mind now that we've won our crusade on taking out consumer carbon taxes for now, because we still have the clean fuel standard that's already costing you 4 to 6 cents a liter, we have to turn our attention to the pig-headedness, the stubbornness by which the federal Liberals and their allies and the Greens and others across the country and some premiers, including, I suspect, Doug Ford of Ontario, David Eby of British Columbia, and even François Legault of Quebec, that they do believe that the EV mandates are a smart thing. It's absolutely devastating to hear that some politicians, including our federal minister responsible for environment and climate and all sorts of things, Julie DeBruzen, taking the downtown Toronto view that everyone can drive an electric vehicle by 2035 and will be required to do so. So starting in just a few months, January 1st, 2026, all car dealers, all car manufacturers, anyone selling vehicles in Canada must make sure that 1 in 5 vehicles are electric vehicles. As we said before, that's not achievable. It's not practical. We don't have the mining. We don't have the electrical infrastructure. We certainly don't have the charging capacity, and we don't have the money to subsidize their building. We don't have the money to subsidize their purchase, and we don't have the money to subsidize the infrastructure build out. Worse, our auto sector is an export giant, and as a generator of revenue for the province of Ontario and Canada, is the second or third largest economic driver in Canada. The fact that 90% of what they sell will presumably not be electric vehicles, given the Trump administration got rid of electric vehicle mandates. There will be no market for this in Canada, with only 4 to 7% of people wanting to buy electric vehicles, especially when they can't get some money. It looks like it's the death knell by any market analysis. But here we have a command and control government that says you have to, and they buy these things, and they will shove them down your throat. Now, if you're an auto dealer and you have already a lot of EVs sitting in your parking lot, you have to kind of wonder what will be the future, given that no one wants these things. And if you do overshoot the quota, so let's say you sell 81% of your vehicles that are internal combustion engines, which people actually want, well, that 1% will be tariffed, will be taxed to the tune of $20,000 per unit. Yes, $20,000 per unit. That'll take away any incentives, any of the wiggle room that dealers have. And of course, as many of the major automakers are saying, they just can't meet this ridiculous, nonsensical electric vehicle mandate. So it's a good time for you to call your member of parliament, especially if they're on the Liberal side and trendy, and tell them that this doesn't make sense, and that you have no intention of buying, vehicles that don't work very well in the winter. If you don't believe me, take your phone out in the middle of January and February, leave it outside anywhere in Canada, see how long the battery lasts. The same thing applies to electric vehicles. They're heavy, they're inefficient, they're unreliable, and some people may think they're cool because they basically amount to a computer on wheels. I can tell you internal combustion engines are far better, and for that reason, our economy, our consumer interest rely very much on us staying the course, ensuring that we have internal combustion engines and that the EV mandate be punted. There is no country in the world that would be so ridiculous. That is a nation that depends on exports, not just of its energy, but also its manufacturing, that would put all its eggs in one basket. The EV mandate and the net zero policy has proven to be a fraud, a hoax, and very dangerous for Canada. And it's time for the EV mandate, along with net zero, to be packed up and punted.